Today's bubble or nothing team is the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are currently sitting in the 5th spot out west with a 40-24 record. Chris Paul leading the team in assists and steals. The Thunder are currently at 30-1 odds to win the West. That according to Caesars Sportsbook. Stephen A., remember when they had Harden and KD? Oh yeah. Tell me this, what type of playoff threat are the Thunder now?
I think they're a live threat. I mean, when you consider the fact that Houston is expected to have a profound impact on things playing small ball, then look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Look at the leadership, the unquestioned, brilliant leadership of Chris Paul as your point guard. Look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that was acquired in the trade from the Clippers. This guy is the team's leading scorer, now averaging 19.3 points per game. But there are also two other players in Danilo Gallinari and Dennis Schrader also averaging about 19 a game, with Chris Paul averaging 17 and 7. And so when I look at it from that perspective, they can hit perimeter shots. They can push the ball and score easy buckets on the fast break. They're definitely well controlled by the leadership of Chris Paul in terms of his floor generalship. I say they can catch a team sleeping. Are they the best? No. Could they easily get bounced out in the first round? Of course they could. But could they win a series and advance to the conference finals, semifinals rather? I think they could, and I think they're live.
Not only are they live, this is not just a situation where they could, as a 5 seed, upset a 4. They could really advance here because quiet as kept, they have 4 players in their starting 5 that are all-star caliber. I'm not saying each one is necessarily an all-star, but they're all flirting with all-star caliber. 4 out of 5 players, and they all have distinct roles. So there's Steven Adams, who's been totally excellent and underrated for a number of years, just an excellent player, one of the best big men in the game. Because, by the way, defense counts. Chris Paul is having a great renaissance late in career after an injury-plagued season. As you said, leading, but also Chris Paul has always sort of been the perfect point guard from a previous era. You know, if he was playing in the era or two before this one, people would be like, oh my God, that's perfect. But just because guys are bombing like Steph nowadays and the game has changed, he's only all-star caliber and not like perfect. Chris Paul's great. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like his ascendance to star is like happening now. And Danilo Gallinari, people forget, but he had a reputation in Europe when he was drafted, sort of like Luka does now, not to that level, but sort of like, boy, this kid is really young and really good and very confident, and he's playing like an all-star. That's 4 out of your starting 5. This team can actually do something, and this is just the kind of season where when we talk about something funky happening, OKC is that team.
Well, I don't disagree with you. And again, when you talk about floor generalship, just think about this for a second. You're usually applauding that when people have been playing through a season. Now we're talking about a 4-month hiatus. We're talking about question marks all over the place in terms of dudes' health, conditioning, chemistry, cohesiveness. Excuse me, when you've got somebody that's a floor general that knows how to simply and purely run a basketball team and maximize the talent around them, that would be CP3. And so I can't ignore what Oklahoma City has been able to do with him. It's going to be interesting to see. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.